Entering Expenditures, Schedule E, Unpaid Expenditures. In this video, you will learn how to add transaction data to the CSC required report. Schedule E, Unpaid Expenditures. Unpaid expenditures are services rendered or products delivered to the candidate committee that have not been paid for. Please note, unpaid expenditure payments are reported on Schedule E, Unpaid Expenditures, and never on Schedule B, Expenditures Made. To enter an unpaid expenditure, from the navigation bar, click Add Transaction to access the Add Transaction page. This is the main page for entering transactions into the CFS. You can either add a new name and transaction, or add a transaction to an existing name. Please refer to our previous videos in which we discuss the two ways to add transactions to the CFS. When prompted to select the transaction type you want to add, select Unpaid Expenditure, and you will be directed to the Schedule E, Add Unpaid Expenditure page. Enter the information in the required fields and any other fields that apply. Enter the date that the expenditure was incurred, and the amount, no dollar signs or commas. Under Authorized Use, select one of the 8 statutorily authorized uses of campaign funds. Click on the Authorized Use Explanations link to assist you in selecting the correct authorized use selection. Once an authorized use selection is made for the unpaid expenditure, you must also select a category for that unpaid expenditure. Next, type a short description of the unpaid expenditure in Purpose of Expenditure. Before clicking the Add button at the top of the page, you may select to go to the Schedule E List of Unpaid Expenditures page or to the Add Transaction main page after finalizing this entry. Click Add and you will be redirected to the selected page. Adding an unpaid expenditure payment or forgiving an unpaid expenditure. The Schedule E Unpaid Expenditures List page is where you enter an unpaid expenditure payment or forgive an unpaid expenditure. Access this page from the navigation bar by clicking Schedules, Expenditure, and then Schedule E Unpaid Expenditures. On this page, search for the unpaid expenditure you would like to pay or forgive by using the search feature or by browsing your list of unpaid expenditures. Click on Add Payment listed to the right of the vendor's name, and the Schedule E Add Expenditure Payment page will be displayed. Enter the date of the unpaid expenditure payment or the date that the unpaid expenditure was forgiven, and the amount, no dollar signs or commas. Then click Yes if the unpaid expenditure is forgiven. Please note, each unpaid expenditure that is forgiven must be offset in the same amount as a contribution on Schedule A, Contributions, which is subject to the candidate's contribution limit. Click Yes if the forgiven unpaid expenditure is from a non-resident of the state of Hawaii. Please note, the non-resident field is only available if forgiven is clicked Yes. For expenditure payoff, click Yes if the unpaid expenditure has been fully paid or forgiven. Click Add, which will take you back to the Schedule E List of Unpaid Expenditures page. Please note, the Add Payment link to the right of a vendor's name will be eliminated when expenditure payoff is clicked Yes, indicating that the unpaid expenditure has been fully paid or forgiven. The Schedule E List of Unpaid Expenditures page is where your unpaid expenditures and unpaid expenditure payment or forgiven entries can be viewed, searched, sorted, edited, and deleted. You can directly access this page from the navigation bar by clicking Schedules, then Expenditure, and then Schedule E, Unpaid Expenditures. To edit or delete an unpaid expenditure or an unpaid expenditure payment or forgiven entry, first search for the transaction using either the search feature or browsing the list of unpaid expenditures. Then click on the date to edit or delete the record. Please note, you do not need to wait until a filing deadline or the close of a reporting period to begin entering unpaid expenditures. If you'd like to review the schedule before filing it, you can use the Preview function. From the navigation bar, click Preview Print Report, then Disclosure Report. Select the reporting period from the drop-down menu. Then select Schedule E and click the Preview Report button to generate a preview. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or concerns relating to the Hawaii Campaign Spending Commission, please give us a call at 808-586-0285